you are anything like me or thinking Ferris Bueller was right with this whole life moving pretty fast thing, you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show. Celebrate all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in. And why y'all getting so fired up? Why are you getting all crazy? Why are you going all loco on social media? Yeah, we're doing we're posting a lot to Instagram, moving over to Facebook, and put a lot of stuff on X and YouTube as well. So there's a lot of like cool things going on in our world here as we're doing this each and every day at 11 a.m. and we're growing it. We're growing the following, we're growing the listeners, we're growing the viewers, and it's great. It's fun. It's amazing, and I'm so thankful that y'all are here with me. I really, really am. But what in the world? I start talking about bison, and then away we go. We did a post about 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, about bison. And it's just going nutty. Like, 20 some thousand people are viewing and commenting. And I'm like, holy mackerel, what in the world happened? So understand this, y'all. I'm not going to do some Cirque du Soleil stuff. And, I'm not a contortionist. I'm not going to lift my leg up to show you what it is. But I have a bison tattoo. Like, I love bison. I think bison are just majestic, amazing, and delicious all together. And so, what's up, Lynn? And so I am all about bison. I'm not talking trash on bison. I don't know where some people got at this. So let's, before we get to the actual post itself, how about this? Remember the rules of social media. Now I'm going to say this. I do off air. I curse like a sailor. I do. It's just who I am. It's my native tongue. And I just talked to intern Beans actually before coming on here, and I think I dropped an F-bomb or two, not in a mean way, just how I do. If you do this, so I'm not afraid of that. If you want to curse on social media, do your thing. Just know this in the comment section. Meta will hide it. Meta will hide it. When they see a no word, a naughty word, they will hide it most of the time. So if you want your point brought across, you want to start having a conversation with people, especially in comments, guess what? You're going to have to keep it, if you want it seen, you're just going to have to keep it maybe to, I don't know, be creative, put flip or something. I don't know, whatever, flick. There you go. Because that usually comes out what looks like the bad word, right? Okay. Yeah, be creative. That's fine. But be kind. You can use bad words and be kind all at the same time. You really can. And what's up, Eddie? You really can be kind, calm, cool, collected, and drop a bad word or two. I mean, this what has gone down for the last probably year of my life and just came to an absolute head in the last 24 hours. I've used a lot of bad words. I've been very animated, but it happens. It's cool. And if you find something that you're passionate about, then that's cool. Go for it. Use your words. We tell the kids, right? Use your words. But let's try to be a little bit respectful along the way. So here's what went down. Let's chat about it, shall we? I'm going to actually pull the post up. I don't know if I'll be able to share the post with you. But this is it was just taken from one of our episodes, and then away everybody went. It was about bison that are crushing the rim of the rim of the Grand Canyon. And what has been seeming like a decade long kerfuffle, still is not solved. So I said, here's you know what's happening up there? Bison are crushing and destroying the habitat, destroying everything, all the beauty. They're crushing everything that we have. That we tried relocating them. And here's what happened. And I was trying to read it as it was playing, but sometimes I talk a little faster than I can read. So here's the deal. I said that there's been a decade-long kerfuffle going on about the bison up at the Grand Canyon, and they're just crushing habitat, crushing populations of elk, of deer that just are taking off now because the bison is kind of doing their thing. So it's been this great discussion on we can't hunt them on a national park, and the feds had to get involved, the state had to get involved, and meanwhile, game officials just raising their hand saying, we can fix this. We know how to do this. And so it was on Instagram. So you can get over to our Instagram page, check it out, follow along, will you? We'd appreciate it. And go ahead and comment, jump in there as well. And you know the rules, and y'all going to be cool. So it's the Go Show with Mike Russell and on Instagram. And so when you get there, you can go. It's like the third or the fourth video that's on there. You'll see it's the one that's getting blowed up. But let's actually go to what people are saying, because it's interesting to me reading these comments. Okay, these comments are just absolutely gone off. First of all, some cat said, "Don't you have anything else to blank about? Get a life." And I don't know if he was talking to me or if he was talking to somebody else that were doing kind of saying bad things. Oh yeah, see, there's a whole bunch of yeah, okay. So here what I got. I got moron with an agenda. That's fine. Y'all can rip on me. That's cool. Um, wow. Okay, here's one. Blanking revenge for you, blankers exterminating the American buffalo. Not what happened. Okay. What's destroying habitat is the blanking human race. Quit blaming the blanking animals, you stupid asses. Jesus Christ, or in hell you people come from. I don't know what that means, but there you go. This again, get over to Instagram and check it out. Follow along. This is very, very interesting to me. But what the overarching theme is, this is a question. So bison are destroying their natural habitat. They were around before we were, and we killed them all. They're back now. Don't repeat history. All right. Oh, what else we got here? They are making the planes as they should be? Question mark. All right. And then my man Gabe says, don't buy it. They didn't destroy the natural habitat that millions of them once roamed. We did. We destroyed the Great Plains and the natural grasslands. We caused the Dust Bowl in the early 1900s. By doing so, we almost made the bison extinct. Hell, almost made a bunch of animals extinct by 1900. And then some people ain't learned a damn thing and would do it all over again. Okay, y'all ain't listening. Y'all not listening. So we're going to make this right. All right. Wait for the boars. All right. What's the point? Leave them alone. They're not sheep. Wasn't it their land? On that's basically the crux of the whole thing. It was the bison's land first, and we came along and ruined it all. You ready for this, gang? I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that one little bit. I do, I have, and do I have an agenda? Lynn, you darn right I got an agenda. I am a conservationist to the nth degree. I am. I'm a proud conservationist. Basically, every outdoors man and woman, anyone involved in the shooting sports or anyone out there angling at any capacity, we fund it. We fund conservation. And those comments were right. Up until about 1900, we killed everything. If it was brown, it's down. If it flies, it dies. No regard to season or anything. Hey, we want to shoot that. We want to eat that. Boom, we did that. Okay. And our predecessors here on this land did the same. They just didn't do it in mass like we did. Right. I know what you mean. But that's the thing to me is that at 1900, we all got better. We all figured it out and said, we need to do something here. And then the tenets of the North American model of wildlife conservation were developed. It wasn't officially called the North American model of wildlife conservation at the moment, but there were certain things that, okay, we're going to treat this as an international resource. We're going to give everyone the opportunity to enjoy the great outdoors, and went on and on and on. And then it was formalized more recently in more recent history. But you're right. We did kill darn near everything coming up there. Since then, that system has allowed all of these species to flourish. And the I don't know if it's peripheral, ancillary, the surrounding species as well that they impact, whether they are prey or whether it's what they eat, whatever it is, everything is impacted by us seeing the light, so to speak, and coming to Jesus and saying, yeah, we made a big boo-boo here. We're going to fix it. And we did. And part of that is hunting. And part of that is making sure that certain species in certain areas thrive to the benefit of their own and the species around them. Again, it's peripheral ancillary. Somebody help me out with that. Again, intern Beans is not here. So it's there for everybody and every animal to enjoy. And then this is where I disagree. I disagree with what are they doing? They're decimating their own habitat that was theirs before us. Please spare me. If you want them to go extinct, if you want other animals to go extinct, sure. Cool. Yeah, we'll go up to the bison and say, sorry, we know this is your spot first, so you go ahead and tear it up, though. But don't worry about the elk because they didn't eat all that grass. Don't worry about the deer, and don't worry about the bugs and the bees and the squirrels and everything else that rely on that habitat that these bison are just mowing through. Don't worry about it. A couple weeks ago, we had John Colazar on. John Colazar is involved in a lawsuit that is going to hopefully help us get rid of this feral horse problem that we have. That's a problem. And why is it a problem? Because they are decimating the environment. They are absolutely crushing habitats of other animals. They're like lawnmowers. They just go through and just crush. And so but the horses were here first, Mike. Okay. But Mike, urban sprawl. Mike, population growth. Okay. What am I going to do? Stand on the corner with a sign saying, stop breeding. Stand on the corner with a sign, don't move here anymore. Sorry. I'm a good Christian kid. No, I'm not a good Christian kid. Okay. I was raised Christian. So we were given ruling the joint. Dominion over all of the animals to take care of them and treat them as loving animals and some with food. So, it is what it is. We are where we are. Humans do what humans do. What's up, Chris? Humans do what humans do. We have to do something about it with the animals. So again, that's where the North American model of wildlife conservation came from. The North American model of wildlife conservation is the way, is the gold standard of conserving healthy populations of wildlife. And if we and I'm sorry, it is what it is, the bison herds up at the rim grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, we're going to have less and less and less and less elk, less and less and less and less deer, it goes on and on. That's exactly what's happening with the horse population. The horse population is crushing habitats where there's no food or water for other species that live there. They're running them out. And so we have to do something as humans, whether you like it or not. Oh, it's human caused. Okay, fine. And it's human fixed. The populations going down to darn near zero of bison in around 1900 was human caused. And then it was human fixed. So we are in charge of fixing a problem that we, in this generation at least, didn't even come close to causing. But 2 generations or so prior to us, they actually got the picture, got the point, and started the ball rolling, and we have to continue that. And part of continuing that is maintaining healthy populations of each species so it does not run another species out. It's biology, it's science. It is way above my pay grade. I just like participating in the system. But yes, I do understand. And again, on social media, let's just get over to Instagram. You'll see what we're talking about when you're talking about the bison. It's caused a big kerfuffle, and I'm not intended because y'all know me. But then people jump in because it hits into an algorithm, and people are jumping in and arguing like I didn't think we caused the problem. We did cause the problem, and now there's bison causing problem, and we need to fix the problem. That's it. That's it. If y'all can think of a better way to do it, side of what a few of the suggestions were on Instagram, which was just leave them alone. Well, that's not going to fix. Now it'll fix 2 things: jack and squat. Because it's not going to help. It's going to make things worse. We don't just leave things to their own devices. Sorry, because of what we do. Because humans grow, humans expand. urban sprawl, all of that. Yes. And you know what we do? We see, okay, yep, yeah, it's going to cause problems. So, okay, let's see what we can do to fix the problem. You look at all these damn solar farms that are rolling around. Do you understand what you have to do to any habitat to make a solar farm? Do you know what that does? So we think, okay, well, we agreed on solar farms. So what do we do with all these critters? Not just let it go, let them thrive elsewhere. No, we have to figure out solutions. And if anybody has a solution, doggone it, I'm ready to hear it. If you have a better way to handle things than culling populations for the health and the good of all other species, let me know. But I'm telling you this. I'll tell you this. I'll say this. The North American model is batting 1,000. And there's a lot of people that want to study this, and there's a lot of people that think they can do it better. And guess what? They're wrong every single time. Yeah. Eddie, seriously, solar farms are just an eyesore. What are we doing? Actually, Elon Musk, and all things Elon I trust, said that if we have a 100 mile by 100 mile solar farm in the middle of the country, where there's 100 mile by 100 mile piece of land that we could do that in, it would fuel the entire country. We'd have no more coal, nothing. We just have that right there, that one spot, fueling the entire country. Isn't that crazy? No, wow. Yeah, and then they went out with these the wind farms. There you go, out in the on the Atlantic, and just started killing whales, killing marine bird life, and just absolutely crushing the environment. And I thought that was a good idea. So again, we know what we do. We just have to fix what we do, because what we do ain't going to stop. The train's left the station and it does not have brakes. Humans are going to do what humans do. So us as conservationists, us as environmentalists, we got to figure out or use what we know works and continue to do so. So if I ruffled a few feathers about bison, that's their scientific name is bison. If I ruffled a few feathers about saying, they tried to relocate them, now we need to cull the population, I'm going to say this very plainly. Grow up. This is how it is. We have to talk like grown-ups. We have to be adults. And we have to understand what we've done to the land and how to fix it. Okay? And what we're going to continue to do to the land. You ain't going to stop the progress. You're not. And right, Lane, we don't know what we don't know. And talking about the native population, the native tribes, native nations. I don't know what's politically correct today, but yes, they do have bison and they have horses, and I hope they're staying on it. I don't really have a lot of res updates because I believe that only a third of the land here in Arizona is non-res. Yeah, so it's just that's why you see the casinos popping up. There's a new dang casino going up right up the road. Another one, right? I'm like, it looks cool. I mean, it looks gigantic, but I mean, it is what it is. So right there again, we're gonna plop a giant casino right here, boom, and then we plop the casino right there. We're like, oh my gosh, we just took out that population of that species, that population of that species over there, and that population of that species. So we have to talk like grown-ups and understand that we do these things and we got to fix it, and that's how we fix it. And some part of that is relocation, and relocation works. How do I know relocation works? It didn't work in the bison example, but I'll tell you how relocation works. We had 0 elk in Arizona. I think it's 100 years ago. We had no elk. We borrowed, we exchanged, we took, or we were given. There we go. We were given. I think it was might have been Nevada. They gave us a lot of their elk. It was like 36 head elk or something like that. We relocated them, and they thrived. And now we have elk seasons, plural. So the relocation does work. You can relocate. And again, yes, I understand it, gang. I understand it is what we do. It is from what we have done. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'd love that zoo too, Eddie. If they would, Eddie's talking about. I believe you're talking about the zoo that is on Northern, right? Yeah, Northern in the 303. Yeah, Yeah, I know that one very well. You got to take a second on the house to go there, though. Holy mackerel. Mm-hmm. Bear in many other states in the South. Jim, what are you saying? Elk in Kentucky and whitetail deer and bear in many states in the South. What are you talking about? The relocation? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. It works. And so we tried it with the bison, and that one, damn it, didn't work. So they came back to their hood. And that's just the way it was at relocation. Thanks, Jim. That's Tequila Jim. Tequila Jim, everybody, Tequila Jim. So he's my hunting buddy. So there is and just a damn good friend. So yeah, stop. We just have to act like grown-ups when it all comes down to it. Just got to act like grown-ups. We know it works. And if it doesn't, we have backup plans that work as well. And sometimes it makes people boo and hoo a little bit, but it is what it is. And to get back to your question, Lynn, about the tribal nations having bison, that was actually part of the conversation when we're talking about culling the herd by the Grand Canyon with the bison. So all these guys jumped on these tags. These tags were available. Man, they were, it was unbelievable how many people applied for these special tags. And then they found out that they're not going to get to keep much. Most of everything they harvest will go to the tribes. It wasn't very lucrative after that. But again, we found like game officials raising their hand. We know how to do this. We know how to do this. Yeah. Guess what? They did. They know how to do it. The program works. The model works each and every time. It just does. It's batting 1,000. It's batting 1,000. So again, hey, listen, please go get over to Instagram, comment, play along, do all that. Just keep it nice, keep it civil, and understand that if you do put a naughty word in there, that they're going to go ahead, Meta will go ahead and at least not delete it, but hide it. So if you have a point to make, go ahead and make the point. But it is, yeah. And by the way, almost all of those points were valid, but we've got to face reality. All right, let's do this again tomorrow. I actually did have some topics to chat about. We'll do those tomorrow. And you know something, there actually is some big news. Let me actually see if I can find it before we sign off here. Let me see if I can find this. There was some pretty big news in the world of conservation in the North American model. Now, for those that aren't paying attention to the North American model of wildlife conservation, that actually funds conservation. There's an excise tax that actually funds conservation. So there was a big giant win in the conservation world, and I'm getting it just coming up. Here we go. Aha! See, I found it. So from the firearm industry alone, the excise tax on the firearm industry alone surpasses $17 billion in Pittman-Robertson excise tax contributions for conservation. That's one hell of a headline. I want to say it again. Firearm industry surpasses $17 billion in Pittman-Robertson excise tax contributions for conservation. I don't even know about for conservation. It's for funding all of conservation. That's it. And that's just the firearm industry. That has nothing to do with Dingle Johnson. Dingle Johnson, which is the fishing side of the crew, camping gear, all of that. The list that we have an excise tax on to fund our conservation, that's just the firearm industry, gang. That's it. It's just the firearm industry. That is so dang cool. $17 billion in contribution since 1937. That is just, and adjusted for inflation, by the way, because since its inception, it's actually $27.38 billion. How about that? Stick that in your paper and smoke it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do actually have a firearm topic to talk about tomorrow. It's getting kind of crazy out there. So, hey, it's an election year. We might be able to fix this. Let's do it tomorrow, 11 o'clock, right here on the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks for playing along. Appreciate you being here.